Hello students, today we will be going over worksheet 2, solving equations. I'm going to start with number 1. In other words, I'm going to solve each equation for the given variable. First thing we need to use is this distributive property. So 27 equals 3/4 times 4, it's a negative, it's negative 3. Negative times negative will be positive, and then it'll be 3/4 p. Then in order to solve for p, we're going to add 3 here. Add 3 to both sides there. So we get 30 equals 3/4 p. Now we can do one of two things to get rid of the fraction. We can divide by 3/4, or we can times by 4/3. And I'm just going to divide by 3/4 because your calculator can really do all this work. So then we can say p equals, all we have to do is take our handy dandy calculator here. We put 30 divided by 3 ABC 4. See, you can tell it's 3/4 there. And the answer there is 40. So P equals 40. And we're done. Next one, number 2, we're going to solve for M. So they make it more complicated. If you have the M's on the same side, we're going to combine the like terms first. -6 plus 5 is -1. Now this has a plus 1m, so I'm going to go plus 1m here, plus 1m here. So I'd say -3 plus 2m equals -13. Now I'm going to go plus 3, 2m equals -10. And we're done. Okay, number 4, we use the distribute. Actually, let's combine these like terms first. N minus 6n is -5n. Then we just have to go 8 times -5n. -40n equals -2n plus 38. Add 2n. -38n equals 38. And if I divide by -38, we know that n equals -1. And we're done. Next, it gets a little more complicated where it says solve for C. Now, this is when it's got more than one variable, so there's lots of C's here. So if we have the first one, this is number 12. If I have a C and a minus C here on the same side, I'm going to cross them out because C minus C is 0. So then I have an Rx equals, and I'm going to distribute the C, 3C plus 3Rx. Now I'm going to do a flip-flop so my C's on the left side. 3C plus 3Rx equals Rx. So I just traded sides. I put this over here and put this one over there. So now I'm going to go minus 3Rx minus 3Rx. And again, I'm solving for C. So 3C equals Rx minus 3Rx is -2Rx. Then we divide by 3. We get the C equals -2Rx over 3. And there's your answer there. That one's kind of a trickster one. I feel like I should do a different one with lots of variables, but let's try doing 14 here, okay? We need to, if you have absolute values, you need to isolate the absolute values. So I'm going to go -3 over here. And again, this is 14. So you have 8 absolute value of 8C minus 8 absolute value equals 64. If I divide by 8, absolute value of 8c minus 8 equals 8. Now, I make sure that's a positive number, then I'm going to make my two equations for absolute value. Do you remember doing that? 8c minus 8 equals 8, and 8c minus 8 equals negative 8. So we're going to add 8, 8c equals 16, and if I divide by 8, c equals 2. So that's one of our solutions. Let's see if we can get another one. We're going to add 8 here, add 8 here. 8c equals 0. Divide by 8. C equals 0. And we're done. Now, what about if it's squared? I'm going to add 11 here. Let's get the c by itself first. Add 11 there. So negative 2c squared equals, is that going to be 170? Because that's negative, that's positive. So it should be 170. Divide by negative 2. So c squared equals 170 divided by 2, negative 85. Now, there's nothing squared that's going to equal a negative number, so, oh wait, it's a negative 2 squared, negative 2, and that should be a negative. So this is a positive. Let's see. So 181 divided by, okay, then it's positive 85. Take the square root. So you say c equals the square root of 85. And it's not a perfect square, so we're going to leave it like that. Okay? You can do the rest of these, students. You rock.